ginormous wrestling match, possibly like a Royal Rumble.
Well, yes, but I've heard on the grapevine, and I don't want to upset anyone here, but I've heard that sometimes wrestling is not real.
What? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, apparently Kendo Nagasaki may not have even been from Japan.
What?
Really? I know.
So you see a new shame.
All I'm saying is,
it brewing.
if that were the case, I could see how Screech might be able to topple Rodman.
Yeah, in other news, Big Daddy was never a father. Giant haystacks never worked on a farm.
Exactly. So, again, I may have overstepped the mark there. It sounds tremendous. Have I missed it?
I think the first show went out last night, but yes, Saturday night.
What channel?
Well, it's Bravo.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that. That means it will be repeated endlessly every half hour. So I'll still be able to catch it. We need a musical choice from Tiny Dan. It's his birthday.
Hi. Yes, it is actually my birthday today. And this isn't a birthday tune, actually, but as you know, I have occasional weather-related song choices,
right.
And this is continuing that long and proud tradition of that. And I've been trying to battle the winter blues with something a bit more summery, something light, and just making you realise that warmer weather is around the corner. So this is a new song by The Long Lost, who are a husband and wife team, and it's called A Miss. But it does not have an anthemic Dan is back feel to it, I'm afraid. But it's rather lovely all the same.
Thank you. Dan's musical choice on this week's Steve Show. What was it, Dan?
That was The Long Lost and A Miss, and that's out 2 weeks tomorrow, date fans.
Oh, thank you very much indeed.
I've been wondering something through that song. Was one of those wrestlers gay? One of those big famous wrestlers, like Big Daddy or something?
Giant haystacks?
Is one of them gay, though?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Giant gay stacks. Sounds like a euphemism for something. My goodness me, did you see the size of his giant gay stacks?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm just, when there's something niggling in your mind, I'm sure it was like, he was outed.
I don't know why you think these muscular Adonis-type men who grapple each other in a ring whilst clad in pink lycra would be gay. Why?
Yeah.
I think that's why it was just so outrageous, no one would believe it. Just run big gay wrestlers through Google, see what happens.
Be careful, be very careful. This is BBC property.
There's going to be some sort of siren go off if I do that somehow.
Yeah.
Type in Kendo Nagasaki. Kendo Nagasaki.
Yeah, okay.
Kendo Nagasaki. Oh, goodness me. Hey, did you read in the paper, I don't know if you've glanced through the tabloids today, but there was a bizarre story about a man who got his wife's divorcing him because she woke up in the middle of the night and he was online in the bed. He was sat in the bed using his computer, and there's sort of, is that kind of virtual world, is it called? Half-Life? Second Life. And in Second Life, he's wandering around in a sort of gay club, like within the virtual world.
Really?
Apparently and he keeps having kind of gay affairs online in this virtual universe, although he doesn't do that in real life. And he's even been to some gay nudist speeches within the show, within the game, and he's taking kind of strange pleasure apparently, and sometimes he's carrying a whip.
Well, if you live
and his
in
wife woke up and she was appalled, and she's demanding a divorce, and he's going, I'm not gay, it's just a bit of fun.
But, it's alright for us big city types to mock, but if you live in a rural hamlet, there aren't loads of gay clubs with dungeons and what have you.
No, but his argument is he's not.
Oh, right, she's
just a bit
observing. Okay.
But it seems a strange pleasure to take. A virtual nudist colony. That's just really bizarre.
Yeah.
I had a friend who got into trouble with his girlfriend because she had a dream in which he misbehaved, and then she took it out on him for you know what you've done, she said.
Really?
I said, no, I don't. And then it came out later in the day when she'd calmed down a bit that in her dream he'd been cheating on her with this other girl who wasn't even all that. And he was in quite a lot of trouble.
Oh,
they stayed together for a bit, and then they split up.
Explain yourself, Sammy.
I have no explanations, although I do have strange dreams and wake up believing it to be real. Once I believed that Justin Timberlake was mowing the lawn, and it was sadly me dad.
Did Justin have a shirt off?
Yeah, so did me dad.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best thing to wake up.
Suddenly a nightmare. Oh.
BBC Six Music. Steve
Released on the 16th of February, that's Norwegian electro troupe Casio Kids and Fought by Hose. Before that we had Walking on a Dream by Empire of the Sun, which is currently being heavily promoted and rammed down our throats by its record label, and not to be confused of course with Bruce Springsteen's new album, Working on a Dream. Could be confusing. After the news we'll have live music in the hub by Eugene McGuinness. Back soon.
on digital.
originally an album track, of course, in 1967, and then released 3 years later as a single. Smokey Robinson's last #1 hit, Tears of Claire, needs no introduction from me. Steve Show, 6 Music with me, Steve Merchant, coming very soon, live music in the Hub with Eugene McGuinness. Prior to that, more wittering from us for a few minutes to fill up the airwaves. I'm still here with my gang of cronies, my posse, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not embarrassed by it. Steve Wright has made a career on it, nothing wrong with that. Tony Dan, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Sammy from the north.
Hiya.
And Harry, of course, works in a bank.
Yeah, right.
Hold that against him.
Yeah.
It's a musical choice very soon from you, Harry, although you wanted to refer back to the old emails.
Yeah,
Regular
well,
Blaze.
you had about a 5-minute rant about the fact that people aren't good showmen. All the new bands, they can't really put it together on stage these days. You don't feel engaged.
Well, I just think that a lot of them could gain from that particular piece of advice.
Well, naturally, the emails and the texts have gone ballistic.
Of course they have.
Ben in London. What about the Flaming Lips?
Well, no, he's just going to name bands, well-established bands that have got good frontmen. I'm not saying there aren't exceptions. I'm talking about the youngsters.
Paul Smith of Maximo Park, says Denise.
No opinion.
He always gives 150%. for his
It's
audience.
impossible. It's impossible. I don't care where he's from. Is he Scottish? I don't care. He still can't give 150%.
Anonymous texter ending 05. While not a big fan, Kanye West puts on a good live show and doesn't just shout into the mic like many hip hoppers.
And no doubt that's the reason he's filling stadiums. But I'll tell you, the Lemon Drop puppets, they are doing no business. They're still down the borderline.
Helen in North London, Duke Special, friend of the show.
Yeah, well, listen, you know, if you are a friend of the show, it means you've got something about you, and so there's a good reason why he's been on here. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of people, a lot of the sort of lank-haired, grubby under the fingernails. Oh, I've got a guitar.
What we're saying is that we're going to provide some sort of finishing school.
Thank you.
For bands who are no good live.
The Steve Show finishing school. That's exactly right. If you want advice on things to say in your first radio interview, get in touch. If you've got problems with your band name and your image, get in touch. Likewise, if you need some showmanship, some in-between song patter, get in touch. You know how to get in touch.
Text us on 64046 or email stephen.6music@bbc.co.uk.
A band that needs no such help are the Marked Men from Denton, Texas. They have an excellent new album out called Ghosts on Dirtnat Records. I was going to play something off that, but sadly all the tracks are about 90 seconds long, and if I played something from that, it wouldn't give us time to get from the studio to the Hub for Eugene McGuinness. So I picked the title track off their previous album, which is called Fix My Brain.
Thank you. That's Harry's musical choice on this week's Steve Show. Harry, explain yourself.
That was Fix My Brain by the Marked Men.
Very good indeed. Thank you very much indeed. We've moved into the Hub, where we're about to give a round of applause to Eugene McGuinness. Here it comes. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now listen, I'm afraid to say I don't know much about you.
That's okay.
You seem young.
Yeah, ish.
Nothing wrong with that. Where are you from?
I'm from Essex-ish. area.
Essex. Okay. And can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Yeah.
If you were, maybe if you had a Facebook page, how would you describe yourself?
Yeah, I need to get one of them actually.
You should.
I don't know really. I enjoy things, simple things in life like music and I don't know, waffles.
Waffles. Okay, now by waffles, do you mean what the Americans would term a waffle, or do you mean
Potato
something that's
waffles.
potato waffles?
Right,
Waffly
right.
versatile.
Oh, yeah, there are other waffles available.
There are other waffles are available, but yeah, you could add beans to them, an egg. That sort of thing.
There's a lot you can do with a waffle.
You can with a waffly versatile. I've made that point already. So you've been playing music how long? Are you a child prodigy?
About 15, I think. Yeah,
Since
I
you
got,
were 15?
yeah, I got like a guitar when I was about 14 or so, but it was too difficult, and proceeded to play FIFA 98 on the PlayStation. So that was for another year or so, and then my friends got really good at the guitar, and I got jealous. So then, yeah, I completely caned it.
And do they have record albums and appearances on Six Music to their credit?
No, I don't think so actually.
No, they do not. So you've had the last laugh there, whilst they're stuck playing FIFA, probably.
Yeah.
Other video games from the 90s are available. We were just talking earlier about a lot of young bands, young artists now not having the requisite showmanship. Is that something that you've thought about, or have you? I mean, do you feel naturally a performer, or are you someone who's sort of had to pluck up the courage to step on stage?
Yeah, I'm not sure really. I enjoy it very much. It's not a painful process, but at the same time, I'm not like natural performer. I don't know. I'm not like Liza Minnelli or. But
I'm trying to think if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure that the drink problems and whatever are to come. Other addictions are available. So anyway, I think probably best for people who've not been familiar with your music to hear something from you, if that's cool.
Yeah.
And you're going to play. Sorry, and you've got someone with you. I don't want to.
My little brother Dominic.
Hello there. All right. Thank you very much for coming in. And so you're going to play your new single, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. It's called Fonz.
Brilliant.
Well, that wasn't very, very nice of you. Things are so glossy without a posse. Oh dear, I have no business being here. Well, now, as I bow out at the funeral of my youth, it was so lonely, it was so lovely, it was so lovely. And you're so easy on the eye. You're so easy on the eye. We said farewell and we synchronized our watches, arranged for the meeting of our crutches on the other side of the planet, on the other side of the world. Well, that wasn't a very, very nice thing to do. They never suspect the emotional wreck. Put that in your mind, you might wanna write that down. Yes, sir, 3 bags full. The fun says there's nothing wrong with being wrong. But was he right? Was he right? I don't know. Was he right? You're so easy on the eye. You're so easy on the eye. We said farewell and we synchronized our watches, arranged for the meeting of our crutches. On the other side of the planet, on the other side of the world, on the other side of the planet, on the other side of the world, on the other side of the planet, on the other side of the world, on the other side of the planet, on the other side of the world, on the other side of the planet, on the other side of the world, on the other side of the planet, on the other side of the world.
Fantastic. Eugene McGuinness, Fonz, which is released as a single, I say here, it says here, February 23rd.
Yeah.
People can get hold of that. And didn't actually hear any reference to the Fonz.
There was a very quick passing one.
Was there? What did you say?
I said the Fonz. I'm wrong with being wrong. Was he right? Was he right? I don't know. Was he right? Yes, I'm just singing the whole song now.
I should just go back and listen, shouldn't I? Really? That's a bit rude of me. Did the Fonz say that? Did the Fonz ever say that?
No, it's a lie.
Whoa! Hang on a minute. Misquoting the Fonz.
I just never thought you'd. Yeah.
Well, listen, no, I'm obsessed with the Fonz. That's my impression. That is my impression. No, genuinely, when I was a kid, the Fonz, I looked up to the Fonz. I didn't realise that he was a slightly comical character.
Do you know the term "jumping the shark"?
Yeah, of course. That's
What does
from an
that
episode.
actually mean now? Like, I'm not sure. Is it like?
Well, please, you've asked me a great question, and please give me space to respond as a Fonzie fan. Obviously, you're referring to the phrase "jumping the shark," which is now used whenever a television program reaches a point where it really is now no longer any good. It's just, it's got, the cast has changed maybe, the scripts are terrible, then it's known as "jumping the shark." Named, of course, after the episode of Happy Days in which the Fonz is dared to jump over a shark on water skis. On water